Hello, brothers and sisters. How are you all today? Now, I've noticed something. A lot of people, rightly so, are very worried about this virus that's going around. In the UK, it's starting to come down in numbers. But what I've noticed mainly with myself is how people don't seem to want to go to the doctors if they've got other illnesses. Now, it could be because they don't want to go in case they catch the virus at the doctors. Um, but in my case, I've been unwell for the past 4 days. Um, not with any of the COVID-19 symptoms, something completely different. Um, but I've been very run down, and I was thinking to myself today, well, normally I would phone the doctor. Um, Because when I get run down, I get very weak. I'm not sleeping at the moment, but it will pass. But what gets me is, at one time, if someone sort of felt a lump somewhere that shouldn't have been there, they contacted the doctor. And if it was cancer and they caught it early, they could deal with it. What I'm noticing now is less people are going to the doctors when they feel lumps or feel ill or have certain symptoms. That could be diabetes, a stroke, heart attack. People are very reluctant to go to the doctors. So you got to remember, the doctors are there for all health reasons, not just the COVID-19. Your health's important. I think there's going to be a lot of deaths through people suffering from diseases like cancer and diseases like that, just because they didn't want to go to the doctors and waste the time when the virus was about. They thought they'd be overwhelmed. And I think we're going to notice a lot of people dying of unrelated diseases to COVID-19 just simply because they've been too concerned about going to the doctors. So, although I'm unwell, um, I know it's just some kind of stomach bug, so I'm not going to go to the doctors. But if you've got an unusual lump anywhere, or you're bleeding from, your stomach when you've been sick, or other orifices, um, get to the doctors. If you notice strange bruising, veins sticking up, anything that you would normally be worried about and you would normally go to the doctors, they advise you to go to the doctors. It's that simple. It's no good just saying, oh, well, it'll be nothing serious. The doctors will be busy with the virus. Well, it might be, yes, but they're also busy with other illnesses, diseases. I've heard about someone the other day on one of my Facebook channels, some of my Facebook groups, had broke his arm. And he went to a neighbour who was a paramedic and asked him what he should do. Well, of course, the paramedic said, go to hospital. But it was just shocking that a guy would thought, well, normally you would go to the hospital, but because of this, he's going to ask someone's advice instead. If you're hurt, if you have an accident, if you think you suffer from something serious, get in touch with your doctor. Get it dealt with. I think a lot of people might be dying because of this virus, but I'm worried about how many people is going to be dying because they've not took their own health seriously during this. Now, I know personally I've put on a lot of weight. Everyone I know has put on a lot of weight because we're not as active as what we used to. So this is going to be one of the side effects when everyone gets back to it. When everything gets back to normal. I think the gyms are going to be jam-packed. And when a lot of people get down and depressed, they come for it. And again, that's got to be putting weight on. It's a lack of exercise who I think gets most people. And when you're feeling low and down and that, you tend to, especially when you're low in mood, you tend to not want to exercise, not want to go out anyway, especially with the lockdown. A lot of people's worried about being told off for going for walks and that. Think of your own health. If you're ill, go to the doctors. If you're putting on weight, take some exercise. No one wants you to be ill through something else. Okay then. Take care everyone. Hail the gods. Hail air. Hail Tia. Hail the All Father. Toodles.